basically the way that today's training is going to go is we're going to dive into the tools in a moment, and then once we're done, we'll open it up to a live Q&A at the end, and that's where you can absolutely shoot all of your Amazon questions straight at us. Whilst they're hot on your tongue, just hit us with your questions at the end, and we'll do our best to answer them with the knowledge that we have. Loaded up the Google Chrome extension to show us the figures. And this is a super interesting niche. It's a pet ramp. So, you know, if your dog's or cat or whatever is old, it's super functional for them to, you know, to walk straight into the car without them having to jump, or to walk, you know, straight onto your bed or whatever. So it's a really cool product. And we can see here it's got a 61% niche score. Now, I remind you, this is currently in the US marketplace. It's got a price of $90, really healthy, monthly revenue, an average of $56,000. And if I look at the Google Chrome extension, the top dog right here, literally the top dog, is doing $370,000 a month. So this is a niche that, you know, has a high revenue potential. The second product here, and this wooden one, is doing $95,000. If we go down, we can see that these numbers are really healthy and there's healthy demand. So if I was keen to sell in Australia, I might look at this niche and be like, hey, there may be opportunity to check this niche out in the Australian marketplace. So I've written in the same keyword in amazon.com.au to check it out. And there are a few competitors here. Now, guys, when looking at the Google Chrome extension, the numbers are nowhere near as good, right? We can see the average monthly revenue is only $4,000. The top seller, which is a really similar looking one to the American one, is doing $33,000, and the rest are doing $1,500, $2,000. But I need to remind you that the Australian marketplace is still an emerging marketplace. But that being said, if you launch a product in Australia now, in a year or two, amazon.com.au will be the leading retailer in Australia. I know the Aussies that are on today's training know that Amazon are advertising heavily here. If you turn on the TV or you listen to the radio, you will get hit with their ads. And that's because they have a limited marketing budget. And basically, they will be the top online retailer in Australia. It's just a matter of time. Now, the numbers are never going to be as impressive as the numbers in America because, quite simply, there's just less people living here. But as you can see here already, one of these dog ramps is doing 33,000 Australian dollars a month. So that's already a really healthy number. So if you can transfer some of these popular products from America into Australia in the early days, you can be the first one in there to you know, hold that real estate, gain those reviews, and you know, really be the first one to start gaining traction in the Australian marketplace as a long-term view. Now, something that I find super interesting about this niche is I'm looking down here, and there is a wooden one and another wooden looking one, but nothing similar to this product here. Now, this product is doing $95,000 a month, so it would make sense for me if I was looking at this niche to sell in, that I might come in with a design very similar to this, with a hero shot very similar to this, and they've only got 486 reviews, and transfer a product very similar to this over to the Australian marketplace, right? If that hero shot with this dog and this product was in the .com.au marketplace showing up right now, you know, it would certainly stand out. And we already have the data from the American marketplace that this is a design that sells. So for today's training, guys, this is going to be the product that we're focusing on. It's a pet ramp in Australia. So if this was the product I wanted to sell, and, you know, we've gone to the supplier, we've reached out, we've organized the terms, we have everything ready, and now obviously we want to create our listing, this is what I would do in the Australian marketplace using the ZonGuru toolset. So I would jump straight on over to the Keywords on Fire tool, which Veronica will actually run you guys through. So it's just going to load up in a moment. So Veronica, did you want to kind of take this part here?
All right. So when you're up to this stage in terms of your product launch, we are assuming that you have used Keywords on Fire before during your research phase. However, because we do have a few newbies in our training today, I will go through it a little bit more gently just to introduce you to the tool as well, so you know what we're doing with information. So Keywords on Fire is a fantastic tool to have for your product research and for your listing optimization. So your Keywords on Fire is found on the left-hand side under listing optimization. This just under there, Keywords on Fire, and it opens up here. So what Keywords on Fire actually does is a reverse ASIN lookup. So it actually gets the keywords from the ASIN, and that is ranking the highest basically, and also adds more relevant keywords. Okay, so there are two ways that you can actually get this information. The first one being is putting an ASIN in manually. Now, if you don't know where to find an ASIN, Eric will show you. If you go into your Amazon product page, in the URL, there is an ASIN. It's usually a number starting with the B.
Yeah. So guys, I've just clicked into the product here. So the ASIN you can pull from the URL right here, like so. Usually starts with a B, or you can scroll down and pull it from the product description. There we are. So ASIN.
So once you have the ASIN copied, you go into your Keywords on Fire and you can add them in manually. You have to have a minimum of 5, or you can go up to 25 max. What we're actually going to do, because we're using our phrase, the pet ramp, we're going to go add products by phrase. Now, because we are doing this in the Australian marketplace, we need to make sure that we have changed the country that we're in, the marketplace that we're in. So Australian marketplace, we go to add products by phrase, and we're going to put in pet ramp. Make sure it's a .com.au and search. 25 top competitors are going to show up here, okay? And what you can actually do is you can select them manually to make sure they are all relevant to you, or you can also select all. So our internet is having a few moments to get that data for you, so do bear with us. So there we go, 25 of them. We're going to go to select all and then add products. Once this has loaded, we type in a session name, so PetRamp AU, for example, and then we run the keyword analysis. Now, so during this phase, ZonGuru is getting all that glorious data for you to put in your listing. We've actually done this earlier to save some time. So once that has actually gone through, you click on the little I, and all this data is going to show up for you. So here on Keywords on Fire, while it's loading, there are a few things that are given to you. So you can see at the top, you've got 25 of the top competitors. ZonGuru has given you 300 unique keywords, and the total revenue of all of those keywords is just under 300,000, and the search volume is 12,000. So again, as Eric said, the numbers are lower in the Australian marketplace, but we are growing, okay? So your parameters of what you're looking at, what you have in your mind are very different from Australian to US. So here is all this glorious data, which is going to make this boss listing in the Australian market. So as you can see, you've got all your keywords on the left. You've got your ZonGuru score, which is a score ZonGuru gives you to see, okay, this key value is the most bang for your buck, so to speak. You've got your keyword revenue, so how much revenue is that keyword by itself creating, your search volume.
That's for the top 25 competitors combined for that one there.
Yeah. So as you can see, there's heaps of data here, and all of this data here is used for one, product research, but for two, for your optimizing your list. So how do we use this data to make our listing the best listing on the page? So at the top there is a little save icon. We are going to save. So this makes sure that you're saving everything, so we can then move all this data into our next spot as it is. So we've saved it. Okay, and now Eric's going to go through what you can actually do with these keywords and what these keywords actually mean in optimizing your listing.
Awesome, yeah, totally. So the listing optimizer tool, guys, it is a banger of a tool, and it's a seriously powerful one. So guys, we're going to create a listing in the listing optimizer tab. So we're just going to name it Pet Ramp. And now again, make sure it's on .com.au, start the session. And we're going to actually upload our keyword list from Keywords on Fire by pressing add, import keyword on Fire. I like to select all keywords. dog ramp AU, it's actually pet ramp AU, load it up. And in a moment, our full keyword list will display here on the left-hand side, like so. And you'll notice here on the right-hand side, we have nothing. So we can press the plus button, add a blank listing. We'll name it Pet Ramp AU. We'll pretend this is our blank listing. Now, again, guys, we're pretending that this product right here, we're going to launch a similar product in the Australian marketplace. So if I go back to .com.au, we're launching that product here. So we're competing with these competitors here. And the real beauty of the listing optimizer tool is that we can actually add in up to 8 competitor listings to compare next to our side by side. So I'm going to go ahead and select the competitors with the highest revenue, so the competitors that are doing the best. And I'm going to add the ASIN in here so we can start doing this side by side. So these guys here are doing 33,000. So I would open up their listing. I'm going to pull their ASIN from the title, pop it into the listing optimizer tool, and it's on the Australian marketplace. We can add that one in. And we can do up to 8 competitors here, but I'm just going to choose 3 for today's training. That one looks like a slippery dip. This one's a stairs. We might use this one. It's probably one of the main competitors. It's doing about 2,000 a month. So I'll pull the ASIN, pop it in, and we'll do one more. And this is important, guys, because we really want to make sure that when we're optimizing our listing, we're doing it against the competitors that are generating the most revenue because they're doing something right. Their listing is probably heavily optimized. These guys here are doing 29,000. It looks quite similar to ours. I personally think that is a horrible hero shot. They can make this so much better, but nonetheless, they are doing 29,000. So I'm going to take their ASIN, pop it in, and we're ready to start optimizing our listing to create a boss listing in the Australian marketplace against Australian competitors for our new product. Now, we can see here we have 3 of our competitors. We currently have our listing, we have 0 optimization score, and that's because we haven't added any of the keywords in. The optimization score is based upon the keywords on the left-hand side of where you use them and how you use them. So we can see here this competitor has 6,500 optimization score. These guys have 36,000, so these guys are absolutely killing it. And these guys here have 3,000. So it's our goal to have a higher optimization score, a higher total search volume, a higher combined revenue using the keywords. So we can rank the keywords from high to low on Keywords on Fire score, which takes into account the relevance, or we can use search volume. I like to start with Keywords on Fire score. And guys, remember, whenever you are doing your title, and I remind you the title has the most weight in Amazon's algorithm, use your brand name first. Let them know you're a brand. So I'm literally going to come up with a brand name on the spot. Let's see how creative I can get. What's our product? It is a pet ramp. So let's just do
on the spot, Eric.
On the spot here. Oh, this is a good one. Pet step.
Excellent.
Pet step. Sounds cool. All right. So the next keywords that I would do is the keyword that first. Always use your first keyword in your title as a keyword that best describes the product straight away. You don't want the customer reading halfway down your title until they know what the product is. So it is it's a pet ramp, right? So I'll do pet step, pet ramp. And then from there, I would start adding in these juicy keywords we have on the left-hand side. So dog ramp actually has the highest search volume. So dog ramp, we can do dog ramp, we can do cat ramp. So I'm pulling these from the left-hand side. Foldable dog ramp is a big one. So we can see as I'm putting these keywords in as an exact match in the title, and as an exact match, you can see here they have a full star next to them. Our optimization score is increasing. So pet car ramps. So absolutely, I would put that straight in, pet car ramps. So this is the hard work that Keywords on Fire has done for us. It's already given us the keywords. All we need to do is put them in the right place in the listing, and this will have a higher weighing in Amazon's algorithm. So folding dog ramp. So again, our optimization score is bumping up for SUV. I mean, it can certainly be used for an SUV, so I'll put that in. Dog car ramp for SUV, pet ladder. And we have a total of 200 characters we can use in the title. So I'm going to keep doing this until we fill it up. Dogs ramp. Oops. Ramps for dogs. You'll notice that a lot of these keywords are the same keywords but in different orders. But these are the exact keywords that customers are searching into Amazon. We can actually jump over and see which ones have high search volume now to add in some of the more juicier keywords. So a customer looking for dog bed might see a dog ladder and purchase that as well. However, I wouldn't put that on the title. And in a moment, I'll show you how to add these keywords super easy into the back-end search terms. Dog seat car, so dog pool. So a lot of these aren't too relevant, and that's why the Keywords on Fire score is so powerful in showing the relevance. Pet safe ramp, I think that's the brand. I wouldn't really add any of these in. Step ladder, car, dog back support. So I'm actually going to jump back over to the Keywords on Fire score and keep adding in these relevant ones. Portable dog ramp. And we're almost at the full 200 characters. Portable stairs, ramp for bed. It's definitely a ramp for bed. And we can finish it up there, guys. I haven't even used the full 200, but you can see that we are on 27. Oh, there we go. It's just jumped up. We're on 33,000 optimization score compared to a competitor doing 6,000 and 3,000. However, this guy right here is still on 36,000. So it is our mission to annihilate them and make sure our listing is better. So what we can do, guys, is start doing our back-end search terms. And ZonGuru makes that so easy for you in that you can actually select the bold terms here, and I'll show you where these are going. They're going straight into the search terms. And these are search terms that only Amazon sees. It's for the Amazon's algorithm. A customer will never see these. So this is the perfect place to put in these keywords that I didn't want to put in the title. So, you know, dog bed. Yes, I would certainly put that in. Wood dog bed. And a lot of these other keywords that aren't exactly relevant to our product, but are still, you know, somewhat relevant.
Eric, while you're adding those, we do actually have a question by Rana, which is relevant to what we're doing now. She's asking, does repeating the keywords impact the search tools?
I think you mean, does it impact the Amazon algorithm? And typically, no. Once you've used the keyword once and you have it as an exact match in the title, it is believed that you know, that's the weight that it has. It won't impact it more if you have it more times. However, Amazon holds its cards very close to the chest when they speak about their algorithm and how it works. So it's not actually known exactly because Amazon don't reveal that information. However, to create the listing optimizer tool, obviously we've done extensive research, and we believe that exact match in the title holds the most weight in Amazon's algorithm, and that, you know, doubling of the keywords and having it over and over again everywhere doesn't necessarily actually hold a greater weighting within the algorithm. So I'm going to continue with these search terms, pop them all in. We can add in up to 250. And you can see here, guys, if I scroll up, our optimization score is now well above the competitors at 40,000. So what I would continue to do here is, I won't bore you with just constantly clicking hundreds of keywords. I would fill this up. I would go ahead and select all of these bold keywords. And then that's our title and that's our search terms done. And we are already ahead of our competition. meaning that the bullet points can be used to actually sell your product. That's what the bullet points are there for. That's what they should be there for. I wouldn't get too carried away with trying to stuff your bullet points with every keyword under the moon, because you want to actually use language here that is clean, that is simple, that is enticing for your avatar. So we've used really, and this is what I always do with all of my products, I use the title and the search terms to take up the bulk of the good and juicy keywords. And then the bullet points, I actually sell my product and I use clean, simple, relatable language. You'll notice that when there are Chinese sellers on Amazon, the bullet points are horrible. They don't make sense. They're full of keywords. And that's what actually separates, us from the Chinese coming in to flood the market, is that we understand the language, we know the beautiful, and we know marketing a little bit better. And, customers want to be able to read something and know that, this is, a great product. So I'll go ahead and fill in the bullet points with the main benefits of the product. Same with the description and the subject matter. You can always put in any of these leftover keywords. But guys, this right here is exactly what I would do if I was launching a product in Australia right now to create a listing. We have destroyed our competition. First, we had a product idea in America that's doing really well. We jumped on over to AU and noticed that there's already a little bit of demand here. However, one of the main products isn't even available in the Australian marketplace yet. So there's an opportunity to create something similar and transfer it over. There's certainly an opportunity there. And then the next thing we would do is obviously then tailor our listing to the Australian marketplace and the Australian audience. And we've done that by using the Keyword on Fire tool, which literally told us what customers in Australia are searching for. It told us what search terms they're using. So then we can add those search terms into our listing. We haven't even finished it. It's probably only 50% done, and we're well ahead of our competitors. So there it is, guys. That is what I would do. So I'm actually going to turn my screen share off. And we can actually open this up now, guys, to a live Q&A where you can shoot your questions at Veronica and myself. And, we're here to help. It can be, related to the listing and what we just talked about, or it can be anything, guys. We'll do our best to help you out here.
Yeah. While you're, I just wanted to add to what we've just finished. So because ZonGuru and Amazon have such a close relationship, all the work that you do with your listing, it actually gets automatically transferred into your listing in your Seller Central account, because the two do communicate. So there's no copying, pasting, and forgetting things. All the hard work you do on ZonGuru will then transfer onto your listing on Amazon as well.
That's a great point. Yeah, and I'll actually show you how to do that if I turn my screen back on and I jump on over. So yeah, once we've finished up our listing, we can actually select the cogwheel here. Now, of course, by this stage, your ZonGuru account will be linked with Amazon. You just simply select Publish on Amazon, and do all of this. Select the ASIN and publish it, and it gets downloaded straight into the back end of your Amazon account. So like Veronica said, you don't need to go ahead and copy and paste and transfer it over all manually and mess something up, put something in the wrong spot. So it's all done for you. So yeah, that is a great feature and a great point. Lovely. So we've got a question here from Stefan. Is there any benefits of writing dog ramp dog? I would say so, because they're both an exact match. So customers, some customers are writing in dog ramp, some are writing in ramp dog. So it's a great question. It might seem a little bit silly, but yes, because it'll come up for an exact match for whichever of those phrases a customer's searching for.
Mm-hmm. And what you can actually do is you can have one in the title if there's a one that has higher search volume, for example, and then put the second one in your back. In the back end, so it's
or even in your bullet points, as long as the bullet points still flow really well and it makes sense in that content, right? So if we write ramp multiple times, are we wasting character spaces? Yes, Rana, I would say yes, certainly we are. Yeah. Might have a repeated word, still improving. I assume by including the full keyword as a phrase, even though it might have repeated words in it, is still improving. Yeah, so that's right. I can see we have 25 of you on here right now. So shoot your questions at us. This is the perfect opportunity if you're struggling with anything in Amazon right now, if you're launching a brand or if you're wanting to scale, ask us and we can do our best to help you right now.
So I've got a question here from Stefan. So 2 questions. One concerning the Amazon Australian platform. Are the sales and revenue and other figures other than ratings revenue accurate? So the accuracy of ZonGuru in Australia, Eric.
Yeah, they're certainly accurate. Like I said, Veronica mentioned, we have a relationship with Amazon. So the figures are based upon search volume per keyword. And I know that they're accurate because when I compare my own sales to the ZonGuru software, it's literally exact. So in terms of many products other than sponsored have been unavailable information, I think now that we're fully integrated. In the past, there was limited information, but even now when I jumped on, and I'll share my screen again, all the information is there now. So if I go over to AU for this one, I'm in the Google Chrome, scrolling down. There are a few with unknown, and that's purely because it doesn't have a parent category. So any product that doesn't have a parent category will have unknown sales figures. However, scrolling down, 95% still have all the sales figures there. Lewis.
Find the back end by Lewis. So Lewis, in ZonGuru, in the listing optimization, where you have the title, the dot points, there is actually a subtitle that is backend. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, and that's where those backend words go. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, and also in your Amazon Seller Central account, when you go and you edit your listing, that's where you find your backend search terms where you transfer that over. So Xavier, love it so far. I've been using for a week now. That's awesome. So happy to hear that. I have not connected my account yet. What about security about connecting our Amazon account? Do we know our data is not being used? You can absolutely trust that your data is not being used. It's completely private to you. Sonia, I would not worry about that in the slightest. We have thousands and thousands of people using ZonGuru, connecting to Amazon, and there's never once been an incident of any data or anything being used. So rest assured that you can use the platform and trust that you can share your Amazon data with ZonGuru, because we also actually have our business tools. So if you don't connect your account, then you can't actually use those tools. So we have our business dashboard and so forth, which lets you know all your sales figures and breaks it all down for you. So
if you are concerned about privacy, though, I mean, ZonGuru and Amazon separately have our own privacy conditions, and you can have a read of those to, if you need more information about what your data is actually used for.
Totally. Sonia, do you apply the same keywords and fire techniques if you plan to sell in the US market? Absolutely. And what you can actually do with the add product by phrase is if you have a certain keyword that you want to use, you can actually use the add product by phrase, write in that keyword, only select the ones that you like, and then you can actually add them and then write in another keyword by phrase. So for example, one might be dog ramp, one might be portable dog ramp, and then different products might show up and you can then select more that way. So that's another really awesome technique to really specifically choose the products that you want to do the reverse ASIN lookup for. But overall, absolutely, we'll do the exact same thing, add product by phrase, and let ZonGuru do its thing.
Terry is asking, what do you consider a high search volume in Australia? Now, everyone, I feel like this is based on what exactly you're looking for and taking into account all the other factors that the Chrome extension does give you. So I personally know that in other trainings, we have said that within the Australian marketplace, around 1,000 is quite a high search volume. Yeah. But Eric, do you have something to add in terms of that?
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. In the Australian marketplace right now, 1,000 searches per month for a product is quite high. And, I would say anything 1,000 above is really healthy, and 500 to 1,000 is still good.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while for that to build up, but it will come.
That's right. And it's still, you can have a low search volume, but someone might be killing it in that category. So you need to weigh up, what information and what conclusion have you come to with all the data, not just one source.
Totally. We have Stefan. I see Lewis comment below. A lot of products here are sent from overseas. I would assume Australian buyers would be more interested in buying the product shipped from AU for various reasons. It seems like I'm familiar with. Stephen, do you mean manufactured in Australia, or do you mean sometimes in the Australian marketplace a US listing actually shows up and it's shipped from America, so there's longer shipping times? If you can just clarify what you mean, then yeah, we can definitely dive into that for you. Is there an upper limit to back-end keywords?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's 250 characters that you can use for the back-end search terms. Funnily enough, 2 years ago, I think there was something like 2,000 or 3,000 characters that you can use. So it's only 250 now, but that's because Amazon's getting really specific and tighter with the way the algorithm works.
So Stefan has emphasized his question, if you like. So the US listing shipped from the US. So Stefan, you're referring to, there are a lot of US ASINs, if you like, on the Australian market, which I think just emphasize the opportunity that we really have to expand within the Australian marketplace. So
absolutely. If you have a product, Stefan, and it's the same product, same price, equal, beauty. One has slightly more reviews and it's from America, but it has 30 days shipping. But one has lower reviews and it's in Australia, but it has 3 days shipping. I don't know about you, but I would be choosing the one with 3 days shipping. So absolutely a major benefit selling in Australia as with an Australian listing. There's the quick shipping.
Yeah. Sonia says, when doing product research, what are the main advantages of using the Chrome extension? Sonia, the Chrome extension is amazing. It's something that you log into Amazon, whatever marketplace you're looking for, you open it up, and it just gives you an excellent overview of how that niche, if you like, is performing. And you can see what numbers they're making, the search volume, and it's something that very quickly can be like, do I want to, pursue this or not at all?
Yeah, totally. So it's a great way to validate the niche in a moment, really, because using the Google Chrome extension, you can even hover over the title in the extension. I'll actually share my screen and show you what I mean. So I'm on .com.au. I'm on the Google Chrome extension here. So again, write in the product, I open up the Google Chrome extension, and what I can do, and I love this so much about this tool, is that I can actually hover over the title and it will show me which one it is. So then I can see, oh, it's this like black ladder. Scrolling over, they're doing 1,500 a month. There's so much, it tells you straight away what the competitors are doing in this niche. So you can on the spot gauge, the potential really. So it's a great way to on the spot figure out, how well a certain niche is doing. By copying and pasting, but that was also before the CG function.
So Australia, ZonGuru has only launched in Australia in February, so all our 16 tools are now available in the Australian marketplace as well as the EU marketplace. So it's all very new. It's literally weeks old, and that's why we're super excited about it, because we can basically do everything that we're doing in the US market, but now at home as well.
Totally. We have Lewis. I think buyers shipped to Australia isn't using data from other sellers overseas. So I'll read this again. I think buyers would want to buy what is shipped in Australia, isn't using this data from the other. He's changing the real data search from Aussies. That's actually a great point, Lewis. And I personally, I've noticed that. So some products do show up. American products do show up, and they can skew some of the results. However, it might be worth asking our support team about that one, where someone can give you a deeper dive into it, because I'm not 100% sure at this point in time if that does affect, for example, the niche radar score and things like that. But Lewis, I'm sure if you actually jump on to the ZonGuru platform and in the bottom right-hand corner, reach out to the support team, someone who is an expert in that area might be able to answer that for you, because that is a great point. But overall, absolutely, having selling in Amazon AU, having an AU listing, and having products in an AU warehouse is a massive, massive advantage over a seller from America, where not only do they have to wait 30 days for the product, but you have to pay excess shipping fees because that isn't covered by Prime. So yeah.
Sonia says, does Chrome extension also track multiple products? So the Chrome extension isn't there for tracking. It's more so to give you a data and overview. However, you can take information from products from the Chrome extension and move them onto ZonGuru to track the products.
So Sonia, what you're thinking of is actually our Sales Spy tool. So our Sales Spy tool, you're able to actually take an ASIN of 5 or 6 products from the same niche, and we actually recommend doing this. Adding that into the Sales Spy tool, and then our Sales Spy actually tracks the data. But not only that, you can actually go back for a year and view the historical sales data of this product to find out whether or not it's reliable. You'll see dips and curves. If it's like this, then you probably want to stay away. But if it's steady, this might mean that it's a reliable product. It's not seasonal, and it's a good bet. So definitely check out our Sales Spy tool, Sonia, if you want to track multiple ASINs.
So Eric, we have our next question about the review response feature. Is that within the rules of Amazon, since I know it's more strict now?
Absolutely, and a great question, because you never want to tread on Amazon's toes. So all of ZonGuru's review features, our review automator tool is actually integrated within Amazon. So that is 100% within Amazon's terms of services. Yeah. And even our email automator tool right now with the what's it called? The skeleton, I suppose, email that's there. It's within Amazon's terms of services. So basically you have to ask for a neutral review. You can still ask for a review. It has to be neutral. You have to include the order ID and other little details like this. This is already included in the email automator feature, and the review automator feature within Amazon is 100% with Amazon's terms of services, because it's actually Amazon that sent the message. Yeah, I see here we actually have a request by S.A. Okuma to jump on and speak. So I'm going to accept, and let's see. Oh, there's no request pending. I think she deleted it. Okay, we'll ignore that. I was getting excited. We were going to have an extra person on. Stefan, so I'm looking at a niche where the products are mainly from China, manufactured in China, or competitors are selling in China. Stefan, yes.
On the Australian side and delivered to the client in Australia. Not quite sure what you mean there, to be honest.
I'm looking at a niche where the products are mainly from China. I think that you possibly mean that they're Chinese competitors. Big advantage against Chinese competitors because they don't understand beautiful product photography. They don't understand clean grammar, relating to the avatar marketing. So yes, they bring the price down, the Chinese. But if you're in a niche which has high gas factor, and I can't stress this enough, it needs to have gas factor, give a shit factor. Customers need to care about the product, because then price, there's a less likelihood of the price being awarded at the bottom. Oh, so Stefan, you're talking about drop shipping. I've never done Amazon drop shipping. I've done some Shopify drop shipping in the past, but never Amazon drop shipping. So again, it's not a great way to do things, because you have to be fulfilled by merchant. Again, there's long shipping times, and it's not ideal for the customer experience. You often can't create a beautiful brand and whatnot. So, what we preach loud and clear here at ZonGuru is to create a private label brand where you actually buy inventory and you pay for it and you get it transferred into an FBA warehouse and let Amazon do the distributing.
So Stella says, not myself drop shipping, but the competitors. I would look at that. If you're found a niche and all your competitors are drop shipping, they would have poor listings. They would have extensive shipping times. So that's a perfect, environment for you to slot to create your own brand in that niche and dominate over those competitors that are choosing to work Amazon that way.
Yeah, totally.
We have a question from Long. Anyone experiencing storage limit issues at Amazon Australia warehouse? The storage, I'll let Eric talk mostly about this, but the storage is dependent, especially if your product is, first time launch. And as your product starts selling, Amazon does review your limit issues. So a little bit more information about where exactly you're sitting with that.
Yeah, so what you can actually do, Sonia, is I probably recommend doing this while starting out in Australia. Assuming you live in Australia, you can get the products mainly sent to your house. For example, if you, in your first order, have 500 units manufactured, it may be wise to have 300 sent to your house, put them in your garage, put them in your bedroom, and then only drip feed them into Amazon FBA, or even start off with fulfilled by merchant where you just fulfill yourself. In terms of personally, I haven't sold in Amazon Australia yet. It is on the horizon for myself. So I can't answer that for you. I know of course, for Amazon America, there's always storage limits. It's one of those things when you're dealing with Amazon that you have to work out, inventory management and having the right amount of units at the right time. But what I would recommend as a piece of advice is to have units at home or, at a family friend's house or in your garage and just drip feed them into the warehouse or self-fulfill to start off.
Yeah. Sonia, FBA option in Australia, most definitely. We have a massive warehouse built here in Australia. It's right.
Push brick and mortar aside, Amazon will take over. So long recommendations on a good AU 3PL. Unfortunately not. I haven't used 3PL here in Australia, so that's something you just have to research into and make a few phone calls, weigh up the benefits, read some reviews, and make that call. Rana, I'm listed in Australia. I use the drip feed to FBA. Yeah, perfect. There we go.
Yeah.
And a good US 3PL, I use a 3PL company called 3PL Guys. They're located in California. They do only have the one warehouse, which is a bit of a bummer, especially if you need to ship all the way over to New York and there in California. However, in terms of their pricing, the way their communication, the way they set everything up, I've been very happy with 3PL Guys. Alrighty, guys. So we're at the 50-minute mark, and I'm not sure my throat can take much more. So you can send us through your last questions, but we're pretty much going to wrap it up. So if you have any last questions, guys, Veronica and I can answer them in the next couple minutes. Otherwise, thank you for being here. I hope you took something away from this training. You'll be seeing a lot more of Veronica's face.
I'll be around, guys. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Awesome, Sonia. That's so cool. We're here to serve. So, feel free to reach out to our customer support whenever you need.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys.
I was going to say, this really creates a unique opportunity for you guys to have, obviously an open discussion. So, these trainings are held weekly. So if you're during the week, you're working on something, you're like, why can't I get this? Write it down, remember it, jump on the training, listen to that information, and then hop onto the discussion as well.
Totally. The live Q&As are literally on anything. We've gone from, 3PL to, using double keywords and all sorts of different things. So yeah, it's a really valuable discussion. And thank you for you guys to being so active because, sometimes, it can be a little bit quiet in the chat box. So guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here today.